Welcome to the preview for the first round of the Star Sports and TRC Events and Leisure Greyhound Derby. We have something a little bit different on this occasion. Most of you will be familiar with Joe Conneely. Well, I also have we have brother Ryan joining in, so a bit of sibling rivalry. And I don't know who is the older of you two.
I am the older. It might be deceiving on looks, but I am actually 3 years older than Joe.
Oh, right. And each from the repeat mating, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. They're not as good mating. There you go.
Okay, excellent. Gentlemen, for a start, I think we'll agree it's a cracking derby, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. You know, the Irish are bringing a massive team over and they're coming in force, and you know, the price an Irish winner looks a little bit ridiculous now, but it's hard to look past it if we're being honest. But it's a cracking derby. You know, there's some decent English dogs in there, and I'm sure you'll get a few big price ones that go a long way. You always do in these competitions, and England or the UK have won the last 2 at Toaster, so hopefully we can make it 3 in a row.
Definitely so. And what we might as well do is cracking, because I'm sure we will get talking about various heats as we go along. And I asked both of you for naps and next best for each of the 3 nights. And things start to get interesting as early as the second heat. So, Joe, tell us about your selection in the second heat.
Yeah, so my nap on the Thursday is the Heat 2, 7 o'clock, Trap 6, Drumco Brent. Really well drawn there with Springwell Sully in 5, who's slow away, and Aurelia in 4, Savannah Scrappy. There's plenty of pace in 1, Burnchurch Mick in 3, Great Eastern, who could cause Denmark in 2 some problems. That he can be quite trappy, but then he lacks a yard to the bend for me, Denmark. So we could get into a little bit of bother here between pace in 1 and 3. And I thought Drumco Brett looked set here to get a nice run outside and win. He can do it off the front, and he stays strong enough as well, as we've seen his Romford 5.75 form. So I think if he turns handy, I'd fancy him to catch 1 or 3 anyway. So I think he looks a good thing, Drumco Brent.
Yeah, he's a dog I really, really like. You always get a run for your money with him, don't you? He's such a trier. He's a cracking little dog.
He does. He never lets himself down, and you know he's always thereabouts. And yeah, I thought I've seen 5-2. He might be bigger elsewhere, but I thought 5-2 looked a decent price.
All right, now Big Brother's going to tell you why you're wrong.
So I've actually next best for the meeting, Track 1, Burnchurch Mick. I thought he's shown really, really good early on the 18th of May when beat by King Louis. And it's got a much better draw today inside the rails in 1. I think, like Joe said, Denmark is trappy, but does lack a yard of early. And I think that may then get in the way of 3 cutting across early as well, who has got early. When 3 first came over, I thought this is a serious top dog. He's been consistent at Swindon without being flashy. And I just think that 1 could get off the front early, and if 6 does get slightly held up, turning 3rd or 4th, then I thought 1 will come on for the run last week. Will come on for the run last time and be strong enough just to make hold. And I'd go 1, 6, and possibly 2 for the trio.
I don't suppose there's any prices around for the heat. Oh, in fact, saying that, there probably are some prices around for the heats. What kind of price is he?
Track 1 is it's about 130, I think, best price I've seen, which I think is good value.
Yeah, and what price is your tip, Joe?
I saw 5-2 Drumco Brent best. I haven't seen any bigger than that so far. So yeah, I thought 5-2 looked a decent price. I had him about a 6-4 shot, to be honest. I thought 5-2 was a big price.
Right, in that case, we need to. I want to crack on then with Ryan's nap, and I think we're up to the 5th heat, Ryan. Yeah.
Yes, it's the 7.54, and my nap is Thorn Falcon in Trap 6. Really, really impressive and good winner of the Maiden Derby final. Some flashy times as well. I think 29.24 was the winning time in that final with the going. Possibly a tricky draw with 5, who is very hit and miss at the boxes. I was there at Yarmouth on Saturday night, and he completely missed it, and actually moved middle slightly as well. But my thought to the race was 5 could be out and gone. I thought 6 has got the early to turn second, and I think it'll be raced over by the 4th bend. And I think then you're looking to do probably around 29.30, 29.40, this dog, who I think, especially with the right trainer, will only get better throughout the competition. I think he starts and stays, and I think this is a really good opportunity for him to set a little benchmark for everyone.
Yeah, you can imagine he could come out a decent run. He could come out, see his price couldn't you? And what is he trading at the moment?
He's for the competition or for the race?
Well, for the competition, can we talk about anti
Competition, he's around 33 to 1. I've seen going about 33 to 1. So I think he's in that bracket of top British dogs, top UK dogs. But yeah, I think there's a good opportunity. Post a good time, good win on Thursday. I think you might see that go shorter.
Yeah, would you be, although he's not one of your selections, Joe, would you have been sticking with him?
Yeah, it's hard to look past him. You know, he's done everything right in his 3 races over here so far. His trial last week was brilliant, to be fair, 29.44. And the only hazard would be 5, Russian Blake, who, as Ryan mentioned, was flying out of Romford. He'd done a 5.07 at Yarmouth, which is just completely unheard of in a race the week before last. And I've never seen that in my life. So, and the time was good as well, 27.95. So that would be a hazard, but it would be hard to look past 6. I think if 6 turned behind 5, I think he'd catch him anyway.
Yeah, what really impressed me when he ran in the maiden was the balance that he showed, because he took a right whack at the bend, didn't he? But it didn't put him out of his stride, or he managed to keep going around the outside and really put a decent run in late on.
He did.
Yeah,
and he also... sorry, Roy. Go on, mate.
I was going to say, no, I think with especially them lightly raced dogs, I think it's a big... It's kind of... You're kind of really happy when you see them not get whacked as such, but when they have to fight to win a race. Yeah. I think a lot of dogs do get tested. When a lot of dogs, when they're young, they can win these races from the front, but then there is a big question mark then of can they come from behind under slight pressure. And I think the 6 had to do it all to go and win that competition in May. So yeah, I think he's a dog who can do it from the can do it from the front, but also then can do it from behind.
Excellent. So we're now going on to Joe's next best. Joe, heat 6, yeah?
Yeah, heat 6 for me. Trap 5, Bandicoot Sammy. I've seen 11 to 4 with Ladbrokes, which again looks a fair price. Looks well drawn here to win. He done it really well in the heats of the maiden derby, and then done it all wrong in the semis, but has found himself in a winnable race here. I'd expect Golden Tiger in 3 to take him along, and if Bandicoot Sammy turns handy, I think he can pick him off. I think 3 will need the run. He hasn't had a race since the 13th of March, so he's coming into this 3 months without a run. He was, to be fair to him, an Easter Cup finalist and got knocked over at the bend. So he's been in with top class dogs, Beach Avenue, Not in the Bull Seed, great name that. Just to name a couple of them. So yeah, that would be the biggest danger. 3, Golden Tiger. I think he'll need the run, and 5 looks well drawn here to lead 4 and 6 and get after 3, and I think he'll win. So that's the next best.